In Romans 8, Paul writes that we are more than conquerors. What's important to notice is that that's verse 37, which comes after verse 35, where he asks, "Who shall separate us from the love of God? Shall trouble, hardship, persecution, famine, nakedness, danger, or sword? No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loves us." That's to say, Jesus. Well, in these short clips, you'll hear of some modern-day heroes of the faith who have been through some horrific experiences, but have held on and are indeed more than conquerors.
I'm Jean Bosco. In 1993, I lost both of my parents with the firstborn of my family. We were in the house with so many members of my family. I would say about 30 of them. And it was around 5 a.m. where the killers came in, and they tried to get in through the front door, and just the three of us tried to get out of the house because they had surrounded the whole house. When I got out, I remember seeing one of the killers. He was by the house side, and he tried to shoot me with an arrow that, by God's grace, passed by. I mean, it did not hit me. So after about 30 minutes, we came back to see what had happened. You know, I just saw so many dead bodies on the ground, including my mom, who was very close to me. You know, she had already had her leg and arm cut, and she was bleeding so badly. She asked me for a drink, and unfortunately I could not find anything for her, and there was no way I could even rescue her. And she was so thirsty, and seeing so many dead bodies around, you know, it was really horrific to me. And I was 6, 7 years by then. My sister, who was older than me, she told me that we had to hurry and leave that place, otherwise the killers were going to come and kill us as well. And we had to run to the swamp, like to the bush, because there's no way we could, you know, rescue ourselves. So we stayed there, I would say about 2 days, and then we got really hungry, and we thought that if we don't leave that place and go and find something to eat, we're just going to die. And we went to a person who had a different ethnic tribe or ethnic background. We asked him for something to eat, and he gave to us, fortunately, and we were so really afraid that he was going to kill us as well. But fortunately, he gave us something to eat and a drink, but he could not host us in his house, because he said that if the killers come and find us, he was going to be killed with his entire family. So we went back and slept in the bush, but he told us that early morning he was going to come and show us the way that we had to escape from the mountain or the bush where we were hiding, because he said that the bush or the mountainside was going to be burned down in 2 days. So he came as he had promised, and he told us that we had, you know, he led us, or he told us a place where we had, or a route that we had to use. My sister And other relatives whom we were together, I mean the grown-up one, they said that it was a trick that he was using. He did not want to kill us himself. He was going to show, he wanted to, I mean, they said that it was a trick. So we used another route. Once, I would say about 45 minutes walk, we got into an ambush of killers who have been killing the whole night, and they were just resting by the veranda of the house. So when they saw us, they ran into the house to get the machetes. So whenever we saw them running, we knew what was going to happen. So we saw them coming, running after us, I'll say about 50 to 70 meters away from where we were. And, you know, we could see them running towards us with fear, with anger, with, you know, with passion. They wanted to come and just kill everyone. Fortunately, we got into a Roman Catholic church before they could get to us. And praise to God, God was so gracious. I know that God saved me with my sister and other relatives for a purpose. Later on, I moved down to the city, and God led me to salvation. At the moment, I'm leading a ministry called J Life, which is Jesus' life, where we go out into deep villages and we serve the least of the poor. We serve mainly widows and orphans. And I'm really glad with what we are able to do. I've gone over the revenge. I'm no longer hating anyone. I'm ready serving everyone from different, you know, every Burundian, regardless of their background or their ethnic background.
I'm always amazed when I hang out with Bosco, because he's been through so much. I mean, to have witnessed his mum with her all limbs hacked off, and yet he is now so balanced. He's full of energy and zeal and vision, and as an orphan himself, the beautiful circle of life is that he's now able to be helping orphans himself as well as widows and the poorest of the poor up country in the bush, and he's making a fantastic difference. He's mobilizing people, he's discipling a whole bunch of people, and God has used the grimmest stuff from his life and redeemed it, and it's beautiful.